How to have difficult conversations with more ease. My name is Lydia Willemsen. I'm a life and mindset coach for successful entrepreneurs and C-suite leaders. And on this channel, I talk all things manifestation, mindset, and business growth. And this will be a very quick video for you if you're struggling with having difficult conversations, or if you're a person who constantly finds themselves in a situation where you are fighting with other people. And the big question is, if I have to have these difficult conversations and I'm really fearful of that. I feel like, oh my God, the other person is not going to like me anymore. This is going to be such a big conflict. I hear this from my clients all the time, with their specific person, with their partner, with their spouse, with their children, with friends. We often go into these situations where they have interpersonal issues, so to say, so with someone else. And it's not just, we don't just talk about business. We directly or very quickly go into all their interpersonal relationships, with all the people around them, because this is where real life happens, And what I give them, the big reminder that I give them, that everyone is you. Everyone is a mirror to you. So if you're having a difficult conversation with someone, or you have to have one, ask yourself, instead of going into, this idea of we have to get counseling, we have to do a communication course, we have to learn to communicate better. You can do that, but you will stay at this level instead of going at this level. You will do all the work here, the real work, the quicker work, the easy work is up here when you go to a higher level. Instead of doing all the small bits and pieces of how do we talk, how do we, talk to each other, go to the place of I am, go to the place of your assumptions. So what are you thinking about the other person? What are you thinking that they are thinking? Change that, shift that. What are you thinking about difficult conversations, about conflicts? Change that. What are you thinking about yourself in conflicts? Change that. So most of my clients are basically kind of coming from the place of being people pleasers before, people pleasing, helpers. They carry the weight for everyone around them. They don't have strong boundaries. They always give themselves up for the other person. And what does this say about your self-concept? What are you thinking about yourself? I'm only good when I give to others. I am not worthy of my own time. I'm not worthy of taking care of myself. The other person is better. I have learned that I have to please the other person so that they like me. So it is very dangerous almost for them to take care of themselves, to have strong boundaries, to think good of themselves. And this is what they have to change. I am worthy of everything good that is on this planet. I am amazing. People treat me amazingly well. People love me. People would do anything and everything for me, or even put the name of their partner there or the person they have a conflict with. And what do you think about the other person? Like my clients, what do they think about the other person? Oh my God, this other person is so difficult, is so stubborn. They would never do anything for me. They don't have the energy, they don't have the time to do that work. So this is why I have to do it. I can never please them. They are never happy with me. Change these assumptions into the other person loves and adores me. The other person X, is so open to change and communicates amazingly well and loves to take, put their own work in. Or about the conflict issue at all, in general, what is the conflict about? Is it about something in the relationship? Change that. So instead of relationship is difficult, hey, relationships are easy. Relationships can get better every day. Instead of it goes downhill, relationships get better every day. So when you do that, when you, for example, affirm and change your assumption from conversations are difficult, and specifically the conversation with that person is difficult, into they are amazing at communicating. They love to have these conversations with me and really take their part in it and really work on finding solutions. You don't have to have any communication course with them. You don't have to go to counseling or anything with them, because you do it on the inside. You shift your assumptions. You stay loyal to these assumptions, of course. It's not like, if you have thought for all your life, this other person is difficult, and now you say like, hey, no, this person is super easygoing. Guess what? If your whole being is still, no, this other person is difficult, it will need a bit more than just one sentence to shift that. But you will feel it internally when you understand, I'm making this shift. I want to see that person differently now. It can happen in an instant. And if you then stay loyal to that, you will start seeing this other person show up differently in that moment or later on. So the solution to difficult conversations is not relationship counseling, communication courses, all of that. Nothing is necessary. You go internal. You change your assumptions, your beliefs, your thoughts internally, and your reality is going to morph. Your reality is fluid. It looks very solid, but it's not. It can start pushing that out and showing that in a matter of hours, days, weeks. So when you are having an issue with difficult conversations, stop working on the conversation and start working on yourself and your assumptions about yourself. I'm worthy to be treated with respect. I am always treated with respect. People stop and listen to me. People do anything and everything for me. And then about the other person who is part of the conflict. That person has totally forgotten the conflict already. They love me so much, it's all gone and it's all done. We don't have any issues anymore. They are always so open to change. They are always so open to please me. They are always so happy to understand my point of view. So you can really shift anything and everything. So even if you think like they are so stubborn, guess what? If you have an assumption about the other person, that was me, my God. I had this about one of my significant others. They are so stubborn. They are so stubborn. They will never change. When I started dropping that belief, guess what? Things they would never ever change started changing. Things they said they would never ever do, they started saying, it wasn't an issue anymore. We didn't even talk about it. It was just like they were doing it. So difficult conversations are being solved inside. Your assumptions about the conversation at hand. What is the issue? Change that. Change your belief and your assumption about how the other person is going to show up. And change your own self-worth, like how you are being treated and what you think about yourself. And this is how conversations will be so easy for you. And in the beginning, it can be a challenge. Not because you cannot change conversations, no, because you are rooted to your old identity. Like you are almost like your old identity wants to keep you there, wants to keep you with the view the other person is difficult. The other person always wants to fight with me. So the big trick is not, or the big change is not changing the other person. That is easy. The big change is changing your assumption about that person and staying loyal to that assumption, because we want to go back to the old. We want to go back to the known. We want to go back to the comfort of the safety of the known. And this is what we have to give up. We have to step into something new, something we don't know yet, of the other person treats me with utmost respect. The other person loves me and adores me and is always so gentle and friendly. And no, this person is not stubborn. This person is open to change and changing all the time. It takes it can take a tremendous shift in you to shift a belief about the other person. Not because the other person cannot change or anything. There are a gazillion, infinite versions of that person available. It is because you are in the grip of your old identity and don't want to let go of that. That is the main issue, nothing else. So when you start shifting that, anything and everything can change. So try this out. And if you need further support, if you need to figure out, how to specifically change one specific situation and what your beliefs behind all of this are, what are you actually thinking about yourself, about the situation, about the other person, you can always join one of my group offers, the Mindset Tribe for like a lower level entry point, so to say, or my expansion mastermind, or of course get one-to-one coaching. You can find everything in the description, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for your likes, for your comments. It's really super. I'm super happy to see how this channel is growing and to see what's coming. Okay, so much for today, and until the next video.